Well, our next caller then is Lynn, and I believe Lynn had called before. Lynn, welcome to Chicago Counterpoint.
Hi, Mr. Leving. I have a question. My husband recently lost his job, and we're concerned that with our making our house payment and being responsible for the child support payment that he has, that he may not be able to handle everything. Is there anything that he can do about that?
Well, my preliminary opinion would be a petition to either abate or reduce child support, because child support just doesn't go away by itself. You have to file a petition based on what appears to be a substantial change in circumstances, abating support. You either have to end it or reduce it, or the support obligation remains current, and you don't want this man to be in a position where he's facing the loss of his liberty because he didn't get into court to protect himself. So that would be my recommendation. I'd also be glad to send him a free copy of Father's Rights, hard-hitting and fair advice for every father involved in a custody dispute. And our next caller is Mike. Mike, welcome to the show with attorney Jeffery Leving.
Hi, Mr. Levin. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Mike.
That's great. You know, I think I have a problem with you do have fathers that take care of their children, but I think sometimes when the separation come or the disputes between the parents, it's like fathers lose all their rights. The first thing come out of a lot of women's mouth, I'm going to take you to court, I'm going to take you to court. But I'm sitting here taking care of my kids. I take them everywhere I go. They travel with me. But you always want to take me to court. I think we don't have enough rights for men when women come to that, and they always want to put us in a situation. That's the first thing they do. They want to take us to the court system. And then we get locked up in the court system. Then they take our tax money and everything else that come along with that. I think it's unfair to the fathers that really do take care of their kids.
Well, you have a good point there, and our system does not have sufficient equal protections for fathers. I'm representing a father now in the United States Supreme Court whose legal rights with his twin children were terminated without a trial. That's a denial of equal protection, denial of due process, and it was just flabbergasting to me that a court would terminate a father's parental rights without giving him his day in court. Well, I'm in the U.S. Supreme Court right now fighting for this, Dad, and what's interesting, an amicus brief was filed by a national organization comprised of over 1,000 attorneys. It's a coalition of lawyers supporting my position. I'm very happy about this, and if you want any information on that amicus brief or the work in the U.S. Supreme Court I'm doing fighting for fathers' rights throughout the nation, I'd be glad to give you that information. But you have a lot of valid issues you just brought up, and we could spend hours talking about them, but your issues are valid. Our next caller, Jermaine. Jermaine, welcome to Chicago Counterpoint with attorney Jeffery Leving.
Thank you, sir. My quick question is, right now I'm going through a custody issue with my wife, and the issue stems from the fact that she and her family members came in and assaulted me, stabbed me 3 times, and then turned around before I even got out the hospital and filed the order of protection on me. So now I'm trying to go through the court system and try to figure out the things that I can do. And I was wondering, could you possibly help me with that?
The order of protection that was entered against you, were you in court to defend yourself?
No, sir.
So you're saying...
When I did show up on the order of protection, I asked for a hearing.
Did you get the hearing?
Yes, sir. Unfortunately, I got that court date mixed up with another court date for me trying to get her family members in, the charges upgraded on them. So I have that coming back up on May 7th.
Well, why don't you do this? Give me a call. Let's talk. You can reach me at area code 312-795-9060. That's area code 312-795-9060. Did you get the number, sir? All right, that's 312-795-9060. I'll also send you a free copy of Father's Rights, which is a significant book I wrote with Dr. Dockman on father's rights. So please call, and we will be glad to talk to you. Our next call.